We're a little over a month into that third round of stimulus checks, and for eligible individuals, $1,400 per adult and dependent was either deposited directly into your account or you were mailed a check. But how does that affect somebody who relies on means-tested government benefits? We learned in previous videos that in order to qualify for those, a person has to have less than $2,000 worth of resources every month and incredibly limited income. So what if that $1,400 puts you over that $2,000 threshold? Well, don't worry, I've got you. We're going to be talking all about that in this video. Hi, my name is Elizabeth of Special Needs Advanced Planning, and for all the best information on special needs planning, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to make sure you're alerted every time that I post new videos. So first I want to talk a little bit about the American Rescue Act. Now this bill that was signed on March 10th, it has received a lot of praise from disability advocates due to the numerous provisions that provide support to people with disabilities and their caretakers. So not only did guardians of adult dependents receive the $1,400 for those adult dependents, but the Medicaid in-home services received substantial funding as well as education, and they also really ramped up the vaccine distributions for people with disabilities. So you and your loved one have probably already received your stimulus check, and you're probably wondering, how is this going to affect my SSI payment every month? Are my benefits in jeopardy? Do I need to spend this as fast as humanly possible? And the answer is most likely no. So one of the great provisions of the American Rescue Act is that this money can sit in the account for up to 12 months without the government ever looking at it and using it as, counting it as a resource. Another great thing is that this money, it can be spent on anything. It doesn't have to be a qualified disability expense. But it's really important to know that once that money has been in the account for over the 12 months, then that's going to start counting against your resource limit and could harm your eligibility for different benefits. So now I want to talk to the parents of the adult dependents where the parents received that $1,400. Now there are various ways to spend this money. It's your money to do with what you will. But I know there are some parents who decided to give it to their child, the adult with a disability, so that they can do whatever they want with it, right? They see it as their money. Well, while the government does not look at the stimulus check that was given directly to the adult with a disability, it does not have the same rules applied to it if you gift it to them. So once that money is in their account, it's going to be a countable resource in the eyes of the government. Now, if that money ends up pushing that adult over that $2,000 resource limit, it could start to impact their eligibility for SSI and things like that. But I don't want you to worry. There is a way for you to give them that money without harming their eligibility. And that way is the ABLE account way. Now, if you have questions about what an ABLE account is and what it can be used for, go back and watch my video, ABLE Accounts and SSI, or you can click on that link below to schedule a 30-minute consultation with me where we can determine whether or not an ABLE account would be a good option for you. Okay, so what do you do if it's coming up on that 12-month mark, or you want to go ahead and give that stimulus check to that adult with the disability? This is where we bring in the ABLE account. So now, as long as they're eligible, meaning that their disability started before their 26th birthday and they have a qualified disability according to the Social Security Administration, the money can be put into the ABLE account. And these funds can be used to purchase qualified disability expenses. But if you remember from my previous video, a qualified disability expense really means anything that enhances a person with a disability's independence and quality of life. So the meaning is broad. Now, once the funds are in the ABLE account, those prying eyes are not going to be able to see it. So eligibility for important government resources will not be lost. Now, it is important to remember, and I mentioned this in the previous video, but an ABLE account can only be contributed up to $15,000 per year and can't have more than $100,000 in it without the government taking a look at it. So make sure that you take that into consideration before putting those funds in the ABLE account. I hope that you found this information to be helpful. And while, yes, there are some general basics when it comes to special needs planning, it's important to remember that every family's situation is unique. So you should be speaking to an advisor who specializes in special needs planning for your unique approach. Now, if you liked what you heard today, make sure that you click that subscribe button and that notification bell to make sure you're alerted every time that I post new videos. And please share it with a friend. And if you really liked what you heard today, make sure that you click on that link below to schedule a 30-minute conversation with me so we can talk about a game plan going forward that might be best for you. Thank you for watching, and remember, planning for your loved one's future today makes for a confident tomorrow.